he is kind enough to join us right now with his interpreter and coworker, Jacob. Diego, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, and we're joined by Jacob too, although I don't think you need a translator anymore. I think your English is good.
I think now it's better. It's better for the last time, but I think I needed my translation now.
Okay.
So much stress the last week.
I know, I can't imagine. And so can I start, Diego? When you accepted the fight against Brian Ortega 2.5 weeks ago, how did that all come about? Because you weren't even supposed to fight on this card, and then they put you as the new co-main event. How did that all happen, you versus Ortega initially 2.5 weeks ago?
¿Cómo ya pasó las 2 semanas? ¿Cómo inició la pelea inicialmente? ¿Cómo pasó que te dieron la pelea contra Brian?
Sí, pues primero nos ofrecieron la pelea con Brian, ¿no? Estaba pues, ahora sí que yo estaba en mi sillón acostado cuando nos ofrecieron la pelea. Y nosotros pues no la dudamos en aceptar porque era una pelea contra el número 3 del mundo, entonces solo teníamos que decir, era una gran oportunidad pues para mí, ¿no?
Yeah, I mean, when we got the call, it was a really easy yes. Like, hey, do you want to fight the number 3 guy in the world? And it was, of course, yeah, we'll take it, no problem.
And so on fight week, were you worried at all? Did you catch wind? Was there any sort of doubts out there that he wouldn't be able to make weight? Before you got to Friday morning, was there any sort of hints or doubts that he wasn't going to make weight?
Durante el fight week, ¿tú tenías alguna duda o alguna como pensamiento que él no iba a dar peso o te sentías como raro de la pelea?
No te voy a mentir, la verdad, sí, yo hasta comenté con mi nutriólogo. Le comenté que lo vi a Ortega pues muy diferente de otras veces y creía que no iba a dar el peso, ¿no? Pues bueno, así sucedió, no pudo llegar el peso y pues pactamos en 155.
But it's funny, like, yeah, like I had talked to my nutritionist and I had said, like, man, like I really feel like he wasn't going to make weight. Like I feel like I'd seen him in a different, headspace. And yeah, we kind of had that feeling that he was going to miss the weight.
So we were told that you got a call at around 4 a.m. that he was 151 and wouldn't be able to make 145. Were you sleeping at the time or were you in the process of cutting weight?
No, I'm asleep.
Wow.
I'm asleep. I'm asleep.
And
we had got a call. Like I had got a phone call. Like, hey, I need to get in touch with Jason, and like we couldn't get a hold of him, so I had to drive to Jason's house, knock on Jason's house at like 4 a.m. Jason answers the door. Is like, dude, what are you doing here? And I was like, hey, like check your phone. And he had already kind of like it was all kind of happened in a rush. And then Jason let him know, and all that's when it happened roughly around 4 a.m. But it all started around like 3:30ish that week or that day.
And at that point, Diego, how much do you weigh when you get the call?
En ese momento, ¿cuánto ya estabas en peso o cuánto pesaste en ese momento? A las
Sí, ya estaba
4 de la mañana.
146, ya estaba en peso. De hecho, ya terminamos de cortar peso, yo creo, como a las 11, 12 de la noche. Y ya estaba dormido justamente por eso, porque me sentía bien, estaba en peso y nada más estaba esperando pues ya el horario de pesaje.
Yeah, so he was already 146 at that time, and he was really just waiting for it to be done, like waiting for, just because he had already made weight at 11 p.m. the night before. So by that time, when Jason woke him up, he was already on weight.
Did you consider saying no to the fight and just saying, no, I'm not going to fight at 155?
¿Tú consideraste en un momento no pelear y no aceptarlo en 155?
No, de hecho no, como estás diciendo, era una oportunidad muy buena pues en mi carrera, para demostrar una vez más a todos de lo que soy capaz, ¿no? Entonces, en ningún momento dudé en aceptar la pelea cuando nos cambiaron el peso. Simplemente, pues simplemente me rehidraté otra vez, pues tuve que rehidratar 10 libras, pues para poder pesar 155.
Yeah, so he, never doubted fighting. Like it was like, oh, okay, whatever. Like I'll fight at whatever weight. I mean, it was just a process of, kind of changing his diet and working with a nutritionist because he had already gone down to 45, right? So kind of getting him back up to 55 and chilling there.
when you saw Brian on Friday at the morning weigh-ins, and then when you squared off with him ceremonial, did you get a sense that something was off? Did you fear that maybe he wouldn't show up to the fight in that moment on Friday?
Cuando tú lo viste a Brian el viernes, tú lo miraste bien, tú lo sentías algo raro, como que, ¿cómo lo miraste en ese momento? ¿Tú pensaste que lo que pasó iba a suceder?
Pues no esperaba que fuera a suceder lo que pasó, pero sí, yo creo que desde cuando anunciaron la pelea, pues Brian se ha portado de una manera pues distinta en sus entrevistas, ¿no? Y así ha sido pues en toda la Fight Week, en press conference y todo, o sea, ha estado diferente de otras veces, y en este momento en lo careo sí también pues no noté diferente.
Yeah, like he had seen him. He's like, man, he just looks different. He looks off. Like there was, like we didn't know that it was going to happen the way that it happened, but he definitely felt like something was off, and he was like, that was it. Like he just felt like something was off.
And just curious, now that you've had time to think about the whole sequence of events, do you think that he never had any intention of making 145, like calling you in the middle of the night to tell you about, 151? Do you think that this was all part of the plan, or do you not believe that?
¿Tú crees que esto fue como parte de un plan de que él no iba a dar peso, como tú crees que llamándote a las 3 de la mañana y todo eso fue parte de su plan?
No, la verdad no creo que ha sido parte de un plan, porque igual nosotros investigamos con un par de personas y llegó información de que pues él estuvo en Lupiay hasta las 4 de la mañana tratando de dar el peso, pues hasta cuando le dijeron que ya tenía que hidratarse porque si no, no iba a poder pelear, ¿no? Entonces, no creo que fue de mal plan de la parte de ellos.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like it was it was anything malicious. We know similar people, and they told us that he was cutting weight until that time, and we know it wasn't anything malicious on Brian's part.
Do you recall where you were and around what time it was when you found out that he was out of the fight?
¿Te recuerdas en cuál momento, a dónde estabas cuando ya te dijeron que él no iba a pelear?
Yo estaba regresando, bueno, había acabado de llegar a la casa, tenía como más o menos 20 minutos, estaba sentado viendo la segunda pelea de UFC, de hecho, había regresado de hacer mi activación y cuando mi manager me marca, bueno, mi manager me llama, pues me meto al cuarto con él y me explica toda la situación, ¿no? Bueno, ya fue una situación pues muy constrangedora al principio, que tuvimos que pensar bastante por lo que íbamos a hacer, ¿no? Fue momentos muy estresantes.
Yeah, he was at the house watching the second fight of the night, and he got the call. He got the call, and that's when they really just decided, okay, cool, this is what our plan is, this is what we're going to do, and that was it.
Was there a point where you thought you weren't fighting on Saturday? Like, did they say, hey, he's out, we're going to look for a new opponent? Or were you told he's out and we're working on Dan Ige all in the same phone call?
¿Había un momento a donde tú pensaste que no ibas a pelear totalmente o ellos ya tenían Dan en mente para ti?
Sí, cuando nos llamaron, pues ya de inmediato nos ofrecieron a Dan Ige, nada más que pues tenemos que esperar la aprobación de la comisión, ¿no? Entonces, la comisión fue cuando decretó que se podía pelear, porque Dan Ige estaba en campamento, iba a pelear dentro de 2 semanas, entonces ya tenía toda su licencia aprobada pues para pelear, entonces yo creo que por eso fue posible la pelea.
Yeah, like when they called, Dan was immediately the option, so we knew that we were going to fight. The real thing that we just had to worry about was that Dan needed to be approved by the commission. But I mean, he had already was preparing for a fight in 2 weeks and had everything ready, so it was a really easy option
And
for us, just pending the commission.
In that process, did you consider? I feel like I know the answer to this, but did you consider saying no? Did you consider saying this is too many changes? I wasn't ready for this guy.
En algún momento tú pensaste de decir que no porque había muchos cambios y todo eso?
Pues no momento, la verdad, fue bien estresante para mí, no voy a mentir, andaba bien estresado, andaba con miles de cosas en mi cabeza, pero afortunadamente tenía las personas adecuadas. Imagínate, a mi coach le dieron la visa justo el sábado en la mañana y agarró el primer vuelo para venir a Las Vegas, pues para mi pelea. Llegó apenas, alcanzó a llegar, pues para estar con nosotros y ayudarnos a tomar la decisión. Entonces, tomamos una decisión entre equipos y, pues bueno, yo creo que fue la mejor decisión que tomamos, ¿no?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stress going on that fight week. I mean, his coach didn't get his visa until Saturday. Took the first flight from Mexico here to the States, got here, and he got there at the right time. And I think it was good that he had a lot of good people around him to make that decision, and ultimately, the decision paid off. So,
Wow. And to be clear, your coach got his visa like this Saturday or last Saturday, the day of the fight?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
This Saturday morning. This Saturday morning, my coaches they pick up your visa, go to airports, the fish flights for the Vegas. Yeah.
Wow. And when you got to the arena and all that, like, is your head spinning? You have to weigh in now. You're facing a new opponent. What's going on in your mind as you're preparing for all this craziness?
¿Qué fue tu mentalidad durante llegando a la arena? Porque te cambiaron el oponente, el empezarte de nuevo. ¿Cómo se sintió en ese aspecto?
Fue loco, fue algo muy loco, la verdad, algo nuevo que nunca había vivido antes, ¿no? Pues simplemente en mi cabeza estaba pensando que pues yo iba a llegar ahí, iba a pelear, ¿no? Normalmente mi coach siempre dice, vamos a un día más de sparring, ¿no? Pero esa vez me lo dijo diferente. Me lo dijo, tu sparring partner no puede venir hoy, vas a hacer sparring con otra persona. Entonces, así fue la mentalidad hasta llegar en la arena para pelear.
You said it was a very different experience, right? It was a new thing for him, nothing he'd ever experienced. And his coach just told him, like, hey, your sparring partner's going to come today, so pretty much you're just going to spar somebody else. And that's just the mentality they took into it. And yeah.
Are you happy with the fight? Are you happy with your performance in the fight?
¿Estás feliz con la pelea? ¿Estás feliz cómo peleaste este fin?
La verdad no estoy feliz con peleas, esperaba más de mí, pero yo creo que el acúmulo de todo que estuvo pasando me consumió mucha energía, me consumió mucho de mi cabeza y no pude hacer performance que esperaba, pero bueno, creo que fue suficiente pues para dar una buena pelea y salir con la victoria.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really happy with his overall performance, but I mean, considering everything that happened, right, it ate up a lot of energy. And Diego's somebody that really likes a lot of good energy around him, so I think a lot of that just kind of consumed him in the moment. But, other than that, I mean, we got the result that we wanted and, just part of the journey.
Are you surprised that he lasted 15 minutes with you and by most people's accounts won the third round, like considering he wasn't ready to fight and he wasn't supposed to fight? Did he surprise you?
¿Estás sorprendido de cómo peleó y cómo aguantó los 15 minutos? Hay mucha gente que han dicho que ganó el tercer round, pero ¿te sorprendió como peleador o...?
No, pues no me sorprendió a Dan Ige porque es un peleador duro, o sea, nunca ha pedido pelear por nocaute o por sumisión, solo sus derrotas han sido por decisión. Sabíamos que era un peleador muy duradero, ¿no? Y pues como él mismo dijo, andaba 3 meses en campamento, ¿no? Él mismo lo dijo, que andaba 3 meses en campamento, no tuvo que cortar peso, entonces él estaba... De hecho, lo acabo de encontrar aquí ahorita que llegué al PI y me dijo eso, ¿no? Que para él fue como si hubiera salido al ginásio a hacer un sparring. Entonces, pues él estaba listo para ese momento.
Oh, did we lose Jacob? Yes.
Gordo.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I was muted. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, he said that he knew that Dan would be ready. He wasn't surprised by him at all. He was already in camp and, just preparing for the moment. And I think, he had already, like I said, right, he's been preparing for 3 months. And he actually ran into him at the PI before this. And he's like, yeah, man, it kind of just felt like sparring. So, nothing. He wasn't surprised. And, he knew that Dan was a game athlete.
Well, you saw Dan today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before 20 minutes, I think.
Wow. So, and you guys will always be linked. Now you have a bond.
Yeah. Of course. Dan Ige is the good guy. I mean, watch Dan Ige every day. He in the PI is good. He's good person.
By the way, just curious, and maybe Jacob could answer this easier. Did the UFC take care of you for taking the fight on short notice? This fight, did they make it worth your while? If you get what I'm saying.
Que si el UFC te trató bien por el lado de business.
Sí, definitivamente sí. Definitivamente pues me ha tratado bien y mi manager hizo un excelente trabajo y pues bueno, estamos contentos con lo que logramos.
Yeah, they took really good care of us. You know, definitely was a blessing, and you know, Jason went and did his job, and you know, it was a great opportunity for us.
And now they're saying that you'll be able to fight on the Sphere card. If it was up to you, who would your opponent be that night?
Ya muchos están preguntando que si vamos a pelear en la esfera. Para ti, ¿quién sería la mejor opción esa noche?
Pues a mí me gustaría que o UFC pudiera reprogramar la pelea con Brian Ortega. Bueno, definitivamente va a depender de cómo él esté de salud, ¿no? Y si él está disponible a volver a bajar 145. Pero si no es Brian Ortega, pues a mí me gustaría una pelea con Volkanovski. Yo creo que sería un gran reto para mí. Y estoy listo pues para pelear pues con lo que es en el top 5.
Yeah, I mean, we would love the Brian rematch or the reprogramming of the fight. We would love that opportunity as long as he can make 145 and he's healthy and can come back for that fight. But if he's not, then he would love to fight Volkanovski. It would just be a great accolade for him and another scale up the ladder for his career.
I saw after your fight, Movsar Evloev said you're still known for me beating you. What is your response to Movsar saying this in the after? Everyone's giving you so much love and praise and showering you with all kinds of respect, and he wrote that. What is your response to that when you saw it?
No hay nada que contestarle, solo hay que decirle que quede callado, que callado ele va mucho mejor, porque lo que yo he hecho 1 año, él no ha hecho 4 años dentro do UFC.
Yeah, it's just better that there's no real response to that. I mean, it's just better that he stays quiet because what Diego's done in 1 year in the UFC, he hasn't accomplished or come even close to it.
Is it hard for you, Diego, to process all this respect and love that you're getting? You've become a superstar. People are giving you so much attention and all these accolades. Is it hard in a year? Essentially, this has all happened to you. Is it hard to process all of this?
Es difícil pensar o procesar todo esto de lo que está pasando en ti en 1 año que has estado en la empresa, como que es difícil crear lo que has logrado.
Pues no es difícil, la verdad, de manejar todo lo que está pasando ahorita. No pensé que fuera a ser tan rápido, pero ahora lo que está pasando, yo creo que estoy manejando de una manera bien, ¿no? Ha sido un año muy loco, 5 peleas, un main event de un evento muy importante con varios cambios. Yo creo que he demostrado que tengo pues el pulso fuerte pues para soportar pues esa presión, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que no ha sido difícil para mí. Tengo las personas adecuadas de mi lado que me hace mantener la calma pues a toda costa y que pueda llevar todo de la mejor manera posible.
Yeah, for me, it's not difficult, to have 5 fights in 1 year. I think, it's something that I've been preparing for, and I have a great team around me that are supporting me and help me get to this point. And, for me, it's not something that's strange to me.
And by the way, the hair is looking better than ever. Are we letting it grow longer? Because I feel like it's a little bit longer in the back. Is that the plan, going even longer than that?
Dijo que tu pelo se mira increíble, se mira como un modelo de forma, que quieres, lo vas a crecer el detrás más o lo vas a dejar ahí o qué es tu plan ahorita.
No, yo creo que ahí es el límite, ya de ahí se queda, es nada más de estar retocando una vez que otra, y sí, o sea, yo creo que ya quedó con imagen, entonces hay que mantenerlo ahí es el límite.
He said that's the limit. He can't go any further, so we gotta just stay calm with that, and that's where we're gonna keep it for now.
Okay, and last question. I noticed you were wearing Mexico on your shorts. How do you decide Mexico or Brazil? How do you decide which one to go with?
And él vio que tú decidiste con México en tu short, ¿Cómo tú decides poner a México o a Brasil?
Desta vez foi distinto porque quando me ofereceram os colores dos shorts, pues a mí me gusta sempre entrar com el short negro, pero Brian, pues por ser mais ranqueado que eu, pues le deram a opção primeiro, ele havia escorrido el negro, então eu escorri, perguntei se podia entrar com el color verde e me dijeron que sí, pero tendría que tener pues los colores de México. Y yo dije, sin ningún problema, yo estoy bien con eso, que para mí pues también fue algo muy significativo poder entrar con primera vez con el Fight Kit de México, ¿no? Ya que yo vivo en México, ¿no? Espero pues más adelante poder tener la confianza de UFC, hablar y que me pueda hacer un short personalizado con las dos banderas. Yo creo que sería algo muy increíble.
Yeah, so when he originally likes coming out in the black shorts, but because Brian's a ranked fighter, I think they gave him the choice first for the shorts. So that's when he decided to come out with the Mexico colors. But hopefully in the future, his desire would be to have a customized short where they can have Mexico and Brazil on it.
Love it. Great idea. Well done. Parabéns, Diego. Felicidad.
Eso. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, and congratulations. Incredible stuff. You're a legend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jacob, as well. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.